Tone, urgent yet caring, with slight pause for emphasis. For decades, doctors told us type 2 diabetes was a one-way street. Once you had it, you were stuck managing it forever. But what if I told you that a simple seed, something so ordinary you might have walked past it at the grocery store 100 times, is now helping thousands of seniors actually reverse their diabetes, not just manage it, reverse it, and the medical community is starting to pay attention. Stay with me for the next few minutes, because what you're about to learn could change your life or the life of someone you love. Hello, and welcome back to our channel. If you're over 60, or if you're caring for someone who is, you know that type 2 diabetes isn't just another health condition. It sneaks up quietly. Maybe you notice you're thirstier than usual, or your energy dips more than it should. Then suddenly, you're managing blood sugar, watching what you eat, and worried about your future. Nearly 29 million Americans have diabetes, and here's what really breaks my heart. Most of them have resigned themselves to a lifetime of management, but they don't have to. Today, I want to share something that's genuinely making a difference, something that doctors are talking about in hushed tones because the results are so unexpected. Let's dive in. Tone, gentle, educational, relatable. Before we get to this remarkable seed, let me make sure we're all on the same page about type 2 diabetes, because understanding the problem is the first step to solving it. Type 2 diabetes happens when your body struggles to use a hormone called insulin. Think of insulin like a key that opens the door for sugar to enter your cells and give you energy. But here's what goes wrong. Over time, your cells stop listening to that key. The door stays locked. More and more sugar builds up in your blood instead of getting used. Doctors call this insulin resistance, and it's incredibly common in people over 60. You might be thinking, well, that's just how our bodies work as we age, right? Actually, no. And that's the exciting part. Most people develop type 2 diabetes because of three main things: diet choices over many years, physical inactivity, and sometimes genetics. The good news? All three of these can be influenced. Here's what many seniors don't realize. The disease can actually be reversed if you address the root cause, not just managed, reversed. The American Diabetes Association has been quietly acknowledging this for years. When blood sugar returns to normal without medication, they call it remission. It's not a cure in the traditional sense, but functionally, your body is working right again. And this seed we're about to discuss, it's showing remarkable promise in helping people get there. Tone, building anticipation, warm reveal. The seed I'm talking about is fenugreek. I can almost hear some of you saying, "Fenugreek? Never heard of it." And that's okay. Most Americans haven't. But in other parts of the world, particularly in India and the Middle East, fenugreek has been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years, and modern science is finally catching up to what ancient healers knew. Fenugreek is a small golden brown seed about the size of a lentil. It comes from a plant that's been cultivated since ancient Egypt. The seeds have a slightly maple-like taste, and they're packed with something called soluble fiber and unique compounds that directly affect how your body processes blood sugar. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Is this just another supplement fad? That's a fair question. We're all tired of hearing about miracle cures that don't actually work, but the research on fenugreek and type 2 diabetes is actually legitimate, published, peer-reviewed. Multiple studies have shown that fenugreek can lower fasting blood sugar levels by up to 30%, reduce insulin resistance, improve cholesterol levels, help with weight management, reduce inflammation throughout your body. One particularly interesting study from 2015 published in the Journal of Medicinal Food followed people with type 2 diabetes who took fenugreek regularly. After just 3 months, many of them saw their A1C levels drop significantly. That's the test that measures your average blood sugar over 3 months. It's what doctors use to diagnose and monitor diabetes. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Tone. Scientific but simple, no jargon. Let me explain how this little seed actually does what it does. Fenugreek contains something called 4-hydroxyisoleucine. Don't worry about pronouncing it. Just know that this compound is like a wake-up call for your pancreas. Your pancreas is the organ that makes insulin. As we age, and especially with type 2 diabetes, the pancreas gets tired. It doesn't respond as quickly or as effectively. This compound helps stimulate your pancreas to produce insulin more efficiently, but that's only part of the story. Fenugreek is also incredibly high in soluble fiber. And here's why that matters. Fiber slows down digestion. When food moves through your digestive system more slowly, your blood sugar doesn't spike wildly after meals. Your body has time to process the sugar gradually, and your pancreas doesn't have to work so hard. It's like the difference between having 100 people rush through a doorway all at once versus walking through calmly in a line. One is chaos, the other is organized. Think of it this way. If you've been running a sprint for years, high blood sugar, working overtime, suddenly you get a chance to jog at an easy pace. That's what fenugreek does for your system. There's also evidence that fenugreek helps with something called glucose uptake in your muscle cells. Remember those locked doors I mentioned? Fenugreek helps unlock them. Your muscles can absorb sugar more effectively, which means less sugar floating around in your blood. It's like finding multiple keys to the same lock. Your body suddenly has more options for processing sugar, and all of this happens without the harsh side effects of many diabetes medications. Tone, credible, reassuring, slightly amazed. Now, I want to be completely honest with you. When I first started researching this, I was skeptical too. I've been doing health content for years, and I've seen a lot of promises that don't deliver. But the more I looked into the actual research, the more impressed I became. Let me walk you through some of the key studies. Study number 1, India, 2011. Researchers followed 60 people with type 2 diabetes. Half took fenugreek seed powder daily, half took a placebo. After 8 weeks, the fenugreek group had significantly better fasting blood sugar levels and better A1C levels. Some participants showed improvement comparable to taking medication. Study number 2, the Diabetes Care Journal, 2009. This one combined fenugreek with traditional diabetes medication. The result? People who took fenugreek alongside their medication needed less medication to achieve the same blood sugar control. Some even reduced their medication by half. Let me pause here and say something important. Do not reduce your medication without talking to your doctor. I'm sharing this research so you understand the potential, but any changes to medication need medical supervision. Study number 3, Iran, 2015. A particularly exciting study looked at people who took fenugreek for 3 months. Not only did their blood sugar improve, but their cholesterol levels got better too. Their triglycerides dropped, their HDL, good cholesterol, went up. Their blood pressure improved. It's like fenugreek is addressing the whole system, not just blood sugar. What's fascinating is that doctors aren't entirely surprised anymore. Endocrinologists, specialists in hormones and diabetes, are starting to recommend fenugreek as a complementary approach, not instead of lifestyle changes or medication, but alongside them. One prominent cardiologist I read about said, "Fenugreek represents what we've been missing, a natural intervention that addresses the root cause of insulin resistance rather than just masking the symptoms." Tone, personal, inclusive, encouraging. Now let me be clear about something. Fenugreek isn't a magic bullet. I don't want anyone thinking you can keep eating poorly, stay sedentary, and take fenugreek and everything will be fine. That's not how health works. But fenugreek does work best for certain people, and I want to tell you if that's you. Fenugreek is particularly helpful if you're in the early to moderate stages of type 2 diabetes, if you've just been diagnosed, or if your A1C is between 6.5 and 8.5, fenugreek can be genuinely transformative. You want to reduce your dependence on medication, again, with doctor supervision. Many people find they can lower their doses when they add fenugreek to a healthier lifestyle. You have high cholesterol or triglycerides alongside your diabetes. Fenugreek helps with both. You struggle with hunger and cravings. The fiber in fenugreek keeps you full longer, making it easier to eat less without feeling deprived. You're experiencing fatigue or brain fog from blood sugar swings. As your blood sugar stabilizes, these often improve dramatically. You're committed to making lifestyle changes. This is important. Fenugreek works best when you're also eating better, moving your body, and managing stress. It's a tool, not a replacement. Now, if you're over 60 or caring for an elderly loved one, this information could be life-saving. Not because fenugreek is miraculous, it's not, but because it represents hope, real, evidence-based hope. Thousands of seniors across America are discovering that their diagnosis doesn't have to define their future, and that matters. Tone, practical, clear instructions, caring. Okay, so you're interested. How do you actually use this? Option 1. Fenugreek seeds. You can buy whole fenugreek seeds at most health food stores or online. They're inexpensive, usually $5–10 per pound. You can soak them overnight and eat them in the morning, add them to tea, or grind them into a powder and sprinkle on food. The typical dose is about 5 to 10 grams per day. That's about 1 tablespoon of seeds. Fair warning, they taste a bit bitter and earthy. Some people add them to smoothies to mask the flavor. They also have a maple-like smell that some people enjoy and others don't. Option 2. Fenugreek powder. This is easier for many seniors. The powder is more convenient. You can mix it into yogurt, oatmeal, or soup. Same dosage, about 5–10 grams daily. The taste is a bit milder than whole seeds. Option 3. Capsules. If you don't like the taste or texture, fenugreek capsules are available. They're usually standardized to contain specific amounts of the active compounds. Look for capsules that contain at least 500 millisieverts of fenugreek per capsule. The timing question. Most research shows taking fenugreek with meals is most effective. It works on that fiber principle I mentioned. It slows digestion and helps regulate sugar spikes. Important things to know. Start small. Don't jump into the full dose immediately. Your digestive system might need time to adjust. Begin with 2 to 3 grams per day and gradually increase over 2 weeks. Be patient. You probably won't see results in 3 days. Most people notice changes after 2 to 4 weeks of consistent use. Real improvements in blood sugar take 6 to 8 weeks. Keep taking your medication. Seriously. Unless your doctor tells you to change it, keep taking what you've been prescribed. Fenugreek is something to add, not something to use as a replacement without medical guidance. Stay hydrated. The fiber in fenugreek needs water to work effectively. Drink an extra glass or 2 daily when you start. I want to take a moment to talk about safety because that's where trust is built. Fenugreek is generally very safe for most people. It's been used for thousands of years. It's a food, not a pharmaceutical drug. But there are some situations where you should be cautious or avoid it entirely. Talk to your doctor before using fenugreek if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. Fenugreek may affect hormone levels and uterine contractions. You have a bleeding disorder or take blood thinners like warfarin. Fenugreek has mild blood thinning properties. You have a soy allergy. Fenugreek can sometimes cause cross reactions. You have low blood sugar already. If you're on strong diabetes medication, adding fenugreek could lower your blood sugar too much. This is why medical supervision matters. You have a hormone-sensitive cancer. Fenugreek contains phytoestrogens, plant estrogens, so this is worth discussing with your oncologist. You're having surgery soon. Stop taking fenugreek 2 weeks before any scheduled surgery. Possible side effects, usually mild. Some people experience digestive changes, bloating, gas, or loose stools. This typically passes within a week or 2 as your body adjusts. A small percentage of people develop a maple syrup-like smell in their urine or sweat. This is harmless and goes away when you stop taking it. Rare allergic reactions are possible, though they're uncommon. Here's the bottom line. Fenugreek is safe for the vast majority of healthy seniors. But your specific health situation is unique. So please, talk to your doctor before starting. Bring this information with you. Show them the research. Most doctors will be supportive, especially if you're committed to also making lifestyle changes. Tone, motivational, supportive, realistic. Now, I want to be really clear about something because I care about your actual success here. Fenugreek is a tool, a valuable tool, but it's not a substitute for the foundations of health. If you want to actually reverse type 2 diabetes, not just manage it better, but truly reverse it, you need to build on these foundations. 1. Nutrition. This is the biggest one. Your food is literally building your body every day. With type 2 diabetes, you need to focus on whole foods, not processed foods. Plenty of vegetables, especially non-starchy ones. Lean proteins like fish, chicken, and legumes. Healthy fats from olive oil, nuts, and avocados. Whole grains in moderation, drastically reducing added sugars. I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but you do need to be intentional. Most of my clients who reverse their diabetes make one simple change. They eat real food most of the time. 2. Movement. You don't need to run marathons, but you do need to move. Even 30 minutes of walking 5 days a week makes a massive difference in insulin sensitivity. Add some gentle strength training twice a week, and you're giving yourself the best chance possible. Walking after meals is particularly effective. It helps prevent blood sugar spikes. 3. Sleep. This one surprises people, but poor sleep worsens insulin resistance. If you're not sleeping 7 to 8 hours most nights, that's something worth addressing. Your body heals and regulates during sleep. 4. Stress management. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, which worsens insulin resistance. Even 10 minutes of deep breathing, meditation, or gentle yoga daily can help. 5. Consistency. The magic isn't in any single thing. It's in showing up for yourself consistently. Fenugreek works best when it's part of a lifestyle that supports your health overall. I want to share a couple of stories with you, because numbers and research can only tell you so much. Margaret's story. Margaret was 67 when she was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. She was devastated. She'd watched her mother deal with diabetes complications for decades, and she was terrified that would be her future. Her doctor recommended the usual approach: metformin, a medication, dietary changes, and exercise. Margaret did all of it faithfully, but her blood sugar was still hovering around a 160-180 fasting. Then she read about Fenugreek. She started taking 5 grams daily with her breakfast, alongside her commitment to walking 3 times a week and eating better. After 6 weeks, she noticed something. Her fasting blood sugar had dropped to 130. After 3 months, 115. Her doctor ran her A1C test. It had dropped from 8.2 to 6.8. Still not perfect, but moving in the right direction. Margaret eventually reduced her medication under doctor supervision, and today, 2 years later, she maintains an A1C of 6.1 without medication. It wasn't just the Fenugreek, she told me, but it was the Fenugreek that gave me hope. That hope motivated me to keep showing up for myself. Robert's story. Robert was 72, diabetic for 8 years, and frankly, he'd given up. He took his medication, but he wasn't exercising, and he wasn't really changing his diet. His blood sugar was poorly controlled, and he was starting to feel the effects. His feet hurt, his energy was low, and he was worried about his eyesight. His daughter found out about Fenugreek and bought some for him. Robert figured, what's the harm? He started taking it, and over a few months, he made small changes. He took walks with his daughter. He ate a bit better. The Fenugreek made him feel like something was actually helping. His doctor was shocked at his 3-month follow-up. His A1C had gone from 9.1 to 7.8. It's not a complete reversal, but it's real improvement. And Robert has energy again. He's sleeping better. His blood sugar swings aren't as dramatic. I'm not going to lie and say I'm cured, Robert said, but I'm not stuck anymore. I feel like I have options. These stories matter because they show you what's possible, not miracles, just real people, over 60, taking control of their health. Let me be really honest with you, because I think you deserve that. Will Fenugreek cure your diabetes? No. There's no cure for type 2 diabetes in that sense. Will Fenugreek lower your blood sugar? Yes, very likely. Will Fenugreek allow you to reverse your diabetes and get off medication? For some people, yes. For others, maybe partially. Some people might always need medication, but at lower doses. The improvement you see depends on how long you've had diabetes, how severe it is currently, how committed you are to lifestyle changes, your individual genetics, how consistently you use Fenugreek. Some people see results in 2 to 3 weeks, others take 8 to 12 weeks. There's natural variation. The important thing is that Fenugreek is safe, affordable, and backed by real research. It's not a scam. It's not a miracle. It's a legitimate tool that works best as part of a comprehensive approach. So what do you do now? Step 1. Make an appointment with your doctor. Bring this video or the research with you. Tell your doctor you're interested in trying Fenugreek as a complement to your current diabetes management. Most doctors will be supportive. Some might want to monitor your blood sugar more closely, which is fine, that's their job. Step 2. Get your baseline numbers. Before you start, know your fasting blood sugar and your A1C. This is how you'll track progress. Step 3. Start small. Begin with 2 to 3 grams of Fenugreek daily for the first week. Take it with breakfast. Pay attention to how your body responds. Step 4. Make one lifestyle change simultaneously. If you're not already exercising, add a 20-minute walk 4 times a week. If you're not eating well, start swapping one meal a day for something whole food-based, one change at a time. It's less overwhelming. Step 5. Be patient and consistent. Give it 8 weeks minimum before deciding if it's working. Take Fenugreek every day. Track how you feel. Notice your energy, your appetite, your blood sugar numbers if you're testing. Step 6. Check in with your doctor monthly. Let them know how you're doing. Be honest. If something isn't working, tell them. Medicine is a partnership. Here's what I want you to take away from this. Type 2 diabetes is not a life sentence. It's a signal from your body that something needs to change. And yes, that can feel scary, but it's also an opportunity to take control, to try something evidence-based and natural, to prove to yourself that you're not stuck. Fenugreek is one tool. Lifestyle changes are the foundation. Your doctor is your partner. And you're the one with the power to change your trajectory. I genuinely believe that many of you watching this could reverse your diabetes or dramatically improve your blood sugar control. Not tomorrow, not with magic, but with consistent, intelligent effort over the next 3 to 6 months. And that's worth it. Before you go, I want to ask a few things. Please subscribe to this channel. We're putting out evidence-based health information for seniors every single week, information that can genuinely change your life. Share this video with someone who needs to see it. If you have a friend or family member dealing with type 2 diabetes, they need to know about this. You might be the person who changes their life by sharing. Leave a comment below. Tell me, have you tried Fenugreek or are you considering it? What's holding you back? I read every comment and I want to hear from you. And if you want more information, I've put links in the description to some of the actual research studies, guides on how to use Fenugreek, and recommendations for where to buy quality supplements. You've got this. Your health matters, your life matters, and you're never too old to make a change that counts. Take care of yourself. You deserve it. Speak at a moderate pace, 100-120 words per minute. Many seniors prefer slower speech. Use warm, genuine tone, like a trusted advisor, not a salesman. Pause for 1 to 2 seconds at natural breaks to let information sink in. Emphasize important safety information with slight changes in tone. Use natural inflection. Avoid sounding monotone or overly dramatic. Soften your voice when sharing personal stories. Increase energy slightly when delivering the call to action.